Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna have a little card here, quick card made with a Doris embossing folder, white cardstock, some Tim Holtz inks, and some stamps. And the reason I'm doing this kind of background on the card is because a lot of people don't have, especially when you're starting, you don't have pattern papers. Your budget is limited. You need to get a little bit of everything. Most people buy white cardstock first, maybe an embossing folder or two, which is what I did. If you don't have a guillotine paper trimmer, you can always use a simple one. You can get one of these for $10 maybe or less on Amazon, and you can make a cute card. You don't have to use the Tim Holtz inks, but if you can get to a Joann's, a Michael's, or a Hobby Lobby, you can buy these for fairly inexpensive. Then I'm going to use some stamps that I purchased on a clearance sale from CC Designs. I believe some of these stamps are still available. I know for sure the Piggy is still available, but the clearance sale is pretty fantastic. It was $4 for the actual stamp, and then the matching dies were $1. So for $5, you can get a pretty cute set that you can use to make some cards and start building your stash. I know the Piggies are available. And I wanted to show you how some of these look. I made cards with embossing folders, some simple nesting dies, and just my alcohol ink markers, which you don't have to buy the whole set. You can actually buy one or two markers from one of your craft stores just to get you started, and you see if you like the technique, you can keep going from there. But anyway, these are some of the cards I've been playing with. This one was made with just some color cardstock and an embossing folder, and just one green ink to do the back drop here, and some colored markers to color him in. He's also from CC Designs. The good thing is that you can even make matching tags, and it looks like you spent a lot of time on it, but you really didn't. Anyway, let's move on to my little piggies, which is this set, and this is one card that I got out of it. This is an old embossing folder from Cuttlebug, and then I used some heart nesting dies that were fairly inexpensive on Amazon with our little piggy. Super cute. Added some glossy accents to highlight her lipstick, and just a simple shading to make a cute card. And then we have her, and she looks very elegant. And again, same technique. Just another, I think this is also a Doris embossing folder, or maybe a Cuttlebug, I'm not sure. But same technique, some nesting dies, and just the character. So you can make a pretty good card, good quality, a couple of layers. Something like this will cost you $6-7 in Walmart, even more, because this is good quality paper, so it's a pretty good thick card. And then we have this guy. This is the last one I made using the stamp set, and again, it's just to show you that you can make some pretty cute cards in a quick amount of time and using very little supplies. So that's what we're doing. Today we're going even a little more simple, because we know that if you're starting, you're gonna get white cardstock because you're gonna make card bases and stuff. Even if you bought ready-made cards, you can always just cut off one of them and just make a little panel to go on top. So that's what we're doing today. So we're going to run that through the embossing folder. I cut the paper, let's see, it's 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and it fits pretty good into that. If I have to trim it more, we will, but for now, that's what we're going to do. So let me get that going, and I'll be right back. Okay, so for anyone that's new at embossing, you basically would put your cardstock in your embossing folder. And since this is white, it really doesn't make a difference on what side I put it on. But if you had a textured cardstock, you may want to pay attention to the side that you want to have embossed, because if not, then your texture side might be debossed instead. All right, so we're just gonna run this through our little cuddle bug. Any die cutting machine will work. You can even get like a diamond press marquise for fairly cheap on HSN. But I have my cuddle bug, so if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Not gonna purchase another one. This is small enough. Okay, so we have our texture. Now I peeked before because sometimes you can run it through and maybe it needs an extra shim, but in this case, nope, it came out pretty good. I'm hoping you can see that texture. And what we're gonna do is that we're gonna add color just to make it look like a cardstock you purchased, right? Some pattern paper. And you can put a piece of paper on the bottom. I'm going to use this little mat, which I'm actually going to clean before we get started. So please hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to use maybe 4 of these inks from Tim Holtz. They're distressed oxides, and they're vintage photo, black soot, shabby shutter, and peel paint. And I'm going to bring out some brushes. Now, these are basically makeup brushes. I know they have a whole bunch of different brushes that are out now that you can choose from. I purchased some little brushes that I can do use with my stenciling. But for this project, I'm going to use these guys. They work. And you can find these like for $11 on Amazon, or you can go ahead and save and buy some specific ones for ink blending, but that's up to you. All right, so I'm gonna start off with my shabby shutter, and let's see which brush I'm gonna use. Let's clean this off a little bit. Okay, so we're just gonna add some ink, and I'm not gonna be too concerned where I start. I'm just gonna go in, and it's just to add color here and there. I'm just gonna really blend everything. Nothing is gonna look perfect. You guys, well, the ones who have been here know that I'm not too into perfect. To me, the more imperfect the better. And we're gonna go in with our peel paint, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna go here and there. Nothing perfect. We can add some yellow to this too, but I'm gonna do our vintage photo because I really want to add some brown into that. Let's cover these up for now. And let's add some brown. And we're just gonna bring some here and there. Okay. And then we'll come back in with our green and just blend everything together and fill in all those white spots. If you wanted to add in yellow, you can do that now. But maybe not. Maybe I won't use yellow at all. I'm just trying to like make it look like if there's kind of some moss on the tree. And now I'm going to go in with our peel paint. And let's really lighten that color up. And just start blending all those colors in together. And really like tackle those white spots, because that I don't want. I don't mind it having some stronger colors here and there, because in nature nothing is perfect. And you can trim off and cut off whatever you don't like. Let's add a little bit more brown. Let's bring it in here. And just add it here and there. Wherever you would think you need it. I think we need some more here on the bottom. Really start framing that out, and it's kind of like a vignette, right? If you darken up the edges. Now this part is totally up to you if you choose to do it, but I'm going to add a little bit of black to my edge here. And I'm gonna be as careful as I can be. It's kind of dark for something that you're gonna use for like some bright characters, but I think it'll look cool. There's no rule that you have to do things a specific way. This is your art. So this is what we have. If those little brighter spots bother you, then by all means just go in with some green and cover that up. And I think we're good. I'm happy with it. Now I'm just gonna let that ink dry. Well, and my purpose of this is that it might be more cost effective to invest in an embossing folder that you can use over and over again, as opposed to buying pattern paper that goes to waste, right? Those are your consumables. But this technique, I mean, an ink paddle, I mean, I've had some of these ink pads for years, and they're still, this one I've had for like 3 years, and it's still juicy. I can still use it. So these are things that you can use over and over again, as opposed to getting a paper pack that'll just last you until, you know, you finish it up. But you can make some pretty neat backgrounds. It looks so much better in person, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, so I'm just gonna pass some more just to get rid of some of that white, and then just leave it there so it can dry up. And while that dries up, I'm gonna stamp these guys out. Let me get my platform and I'll be right back. Okay, so if you don't have a stamping platform, you can always use a stamping block. I don't have any stamping blocks. I actually gave them to my sister, which is starting her journey into card making. But I am going to use a couple of these sloths, and I'm gonna stamp out a few of them because I don't know exactly which ones I want to use yet. I do know that I want to use the ones that have branches, just because we have kind of a tree there, so might as well. And I'm going to stamp 3 of them that have a branch. Okay. Now, I'm not going to lie, I've been having some issues with my paper. I'm out of my Nina cardstock, which is better for stamping. And I've used my Bristol cardstock several times, but I'm experiencing some bleeding with them. I don't know why. Maybe it's the ink. Or maybe it's because I'm impatient and I start coloring too fast. But we're going to play with this one. I'm not even sure what cardstock this is. It's just a scrap that I had available. And figure why not. We all grab scraps sometimes, right? So we're gonna ink these up. I'm not gonna film the coloring. It's gonna take a while and I don't want to make this video super long. So I'm just gonna stamp it and come back when I've already colored it. I'm gonna use alcohol ink markers, and I've done several videos on that, so maybe you're not sure about the coloring, you can always visit one of those videos and where I explain it a little better. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so all our coloring is done. They're cut out. I added some glossy accents and some of my white gel pen, and I'm just letting those glossy accents dry. And I also cut out some nesting dies. They're circles, and the reason I use circles is because a lot of people, the first thing that they buy is either circles or squares. So you might have that in your stash as opposed to having a specific design. And then we're going to use the stamp You're Totally Slothsome. Well, that's going to make me stutter. To excuse me, stamp it there. Now I did it all out of white cardstock because, again, if you're starting off, you may not have different colors, and what you can do is bring in the same inks that you use to make your background to color those in. And I'm gonna bring in okay, I think for the back I might want to go white just so it could pop. So I'm gonna try maybe the black soot on this one, and for this I'm gonna grab one of my smaller ink blending tools, and we're gonna bring in just a piece of cardstock. I don't have to bring out anything special to do this. So let's see, I think this one is going to be in the black soot, and I'm doing this so you can see that if you don't have specific colors cardstocks, you can just ink them up and it's going to match your background just fine and make everything just pop a little bit more, right? Now it's going to take a little bit because this is the first time I use this specific brush, so just got to saturate it a little bit. And then we don't have to do the whole thing because it's going to get covered up by one of the other pieces, so you can also use whatever pen that you use to color your characters into this. That'll work well too. And I might just do that on one of the other pieces so you can see what that looks like. Okay, so we have that done, and then when you put the white on it, it's going to cover up a lot of those spots, so that looks good. And let's push this to the side, and then maybe I'm going to ink this one up with one of the markers, maybe a green. Maybe not. I think that's going to pop just a little too much. So we can use the peel paint for this one, or maybe the Shabby shutter. Let's do the Shabby shutter. There we go. And I think I'm going to leave that one white just so it can pop off the page a little better. And then all we're going to do is add some dimensionals to pop up our characters on these. I'm not going to pop these up with anything, the circles themselves, because 4 circles is going to bring up a lot of dimension anyway, so I don't think I'm going to need it. So then this will go here, and then that'll go there. And now we can either I'm wondering, should we maybe do this one green and this one brown? Because I think it's popping just a little too much. Maybe we should just leave the top one white. Let's see how the brown will look. And we can always just flip this over. Yeah, maybe we'll do the brown there. Okay, let's try it. It's only paper. If you don't like it, you can cut another circle and do it all over again. Okay. Just really darkening up those edges. Now, if you wanted to, because I mean, these colors will move with water, which means that if your hands are moist, it's gonna move with it. They do have a glaze that you can put on top, and it'll seal the color in, which I'll probably show you that right now. And just really blend that in. And once you put that glaze on it, it shouldn't move anymore. Kind of just seals it all in. All right, let's see how all of this looks together. So we're gonna have that color. The green. The black and the white, and I kind of like that. Everything doesn't have to pop too much all the time. And then we can hang our characters here and there just to tie everything in. I think that's gonna look super cute. Okay, so let's start by sealing this one. Let's move this out the way. Oops. So this is the glaze from Holtz, and that just seals everything in. Let me find something to use this with. Just give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. Just gonna put a little bit of that. And it's gonna be the same concept. You're just gonna bring it onto your cardstock and really seal that ink in. So now when it sets, you don't have to worry about that moving anymore. Your ink is not going to smear, and it looks a little bit shiny. See? So now we'll just set that off to the side for now and do the same with our other pieces. And I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're ready to put this card together. And we're just going to get a card base. Let's see, it's a 5x7 card base. And we're just going to glue this one down. Right there. Let's find my glue. It's always missing. Okay, give me 1 second. Gotta open this bottle up. I love these little bottles, but they get clogged so much. Oof. It was better when I was storing them down, but then one time I forgot to seal the lid properly and it leaked all over the place. Alright, let's put this one down. And the good thing about the wet glue is that you can maneuver this a little bit if you move quickly. Alright, and I think we're good to go there. Okay. Now, before I glue it down to the paper, I'm just going to glue all these guys on top of each other. Let's start with these two. Oops. All right. So we have that. If you have pattern paper, then or like colored cardstock, then just go ahead and cut these out. But if you really wanted to match, inking it is the way to go. And let's put this last one. So we have that. And let's glue it down. Now you just got to figure out exactly where you want it. And to me, that looks good. All right. Now we're going to start adding our characters. Of course, we're going to grab some foam. Let's see where we have our foam. Never fails. Every time I need something, I can never find it. These may be too thick, but I can always change it later on. So I'm just going to add one for now. And then we can add our little characters. We have that guy there. Put this up a little more. And then we can put either this one down there. Yeah, we don't even have to add a dimensional for that one, because that one is lower. So we're just gonna glue this one right here. And that's a card. Cute card. Everything was made with white cardstock, so you can just add color to make your own background papers. So if you're not creating because you don't have pattern paper or different colors, just create your own, and it's quite effective and very pretty. That's a cute card. I like it. Anyway, guys, that's my project for today. And again, these are the cards that you can be creating with these stamps. They're from CC Designs. I am not affiliated with any of these companies. I just tell you about the products that I like. And they make adorable cards. Anyway, that's my video. Hope you guys have a great one. If you liked the video, please like it and subscribe. I would really love to get to know you guys a little bit better, and this way you know when my videos come up. Have a great one, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.